My name is Sophia Reyes. At 32, I'd already built and sold 2 tech startups, amassing a fortune that could let me retire on a private island if I wanted. But I thrived on the thrill of turning chaos into empire. That's why, when I got wind of Vertex Dynamics, a once promising software firm teetering on bankruptcy, I saw my next conquest. The board was desperate, the employees oblivious, and the acquisition was a steal. I bought it outright, but I didn't announce myself as the new CEO right away. No, I had a better plan. I'd go undercover, pose as a lowly office maid, and root out the rot from the inside. Little did I know, the toxicity ran deeper than the financials suggested, and the revenge I'd unwittingly serve would be sweeter than any deal I'd closed. It started on a rainy Monday morning in Seattle. I traded my designer suits for a plain gray uniform, pulled my hair into a tight bun, and adopted a meek demeanor that felt foreign after years of commanding boardrooms. My alias was Maria Lopez, simple, unassuming, with a fabricated resume of cleaning gigs. The HR manager, a harried woman named Carla Voss, barely glanced at my application before hiring me on the spot. "We need someone to handle the mess around here," she muttered, handing me a mop and bucket. "Start in the executive wing. And don't bother the big shots, they're under a lot of stress." The executive floor was a sleek, glass-walled labyrinth of egos and espresso machines. My first encounter set the tone. I was wiping down the conference table when Victoria Langford, the VP of Sales, stormed in, her stilettos clicking like gunfire. She was a sharp-featured woman in her 40s, with a perpetual scowl that screamed, "I'm better than you." Without a word, she dumped her overflowing coffee cup into the trash I just emptied, spilling grounds everywhere. "Clean that up, girl," she snapped, not even looking at me. "And hurry, I've got a meeting in 5. I bit my tongue, mopping the sticky mess while she scrolled her phone, oblivious to the girl, who now owned her paycheck. As days turned to weeks, the humiliations piled up like dirty laundry. Marcus Hale, the director of operations, was the worst, a slick, mid-30s charmer with a predatory grin. He treated the office like his personal kingdom, barking orders at anyone below him. One afternoon, while I was vacuuming his office, he lounged in his chair, feet on the desk. "Hey, Maria, right? Fetch me a latte from downstairs. Extra foam, no sugar." I hesitated, knowing maids weren't errand runners, but he waved dismissively. "Chop chop, and while you're at it, polish my shoes, they're scuffed from all the deals I'm closing." I complied, seething inwardly as I scrubbed his Italian loafers, all while noting the suspicious expense reports peeking from his drawer. Marcus was skimming, I realized, padding travel budgets, billing personal dinners as client meetings. Evidence, I thought. Sweet, damning evidence. Not everyone was a monster, but the culture was poisoned from the top. There was Lena Patel, the marketing coordinator, who at least smiled when she asked me to empty her bin, but even she turned a blind eye to the bullying. The real villains were the inner circle, Victoria, Marcus, and their cronies, like Derek Voss, Carla's brother, and the CFO, a pompous bean counter who loved cutting corners on employee benefits while upgrading his own office. They'd hold strategy sessions that were really gossip fests, mocking the grunts downstairs. I overheard plenty while dusting vents or restocking supplies. "That new hire in engineering? Total idiot," Victoria sneered one day. "Fire him before he drags us down." Marcus laughed. "Speaking of drags, did you see the maid? Acts like she's too good for this. Make her scrub the toilets next time she slacks." I played the part perfectly. Head down, yes ma'am, no sir, but inside I was a volcano. Nights in my penthouse, I'd review the footage from hidden cameras I'd planted, perks of owning the place. I documented everything. Victoria's verbal abuse toward interns, Marcus's harassment of female staff, Derek's creative accounting that hid embezzlement. Vertex wasn't failing just from market shifts. It was being gutted by these parasites. My plan crystallized. I'd let them dig their graves deeper, then bury them at the quarterly board meeting in 3 months. Until then, I'd endure, gathering intel like a spy in enemy territory. The turning point came during a company retreat at a swanky lakeside resort. They invited me along, not as a guest, but to clean up after their excesses. "Maria, you're on duty," Carla informed me curtly. "Pack light. You'll be bunking in the staff quarters." The drive there was humiliating. I rode in the back of a van with cleaning supplies while the execs zipped ahead in luxury SUVs. At the resort, it was nonstop degradation. Victoria spilled red wine on the carpet during a boozy dinner and blamed me for not warning her it was slippery. Marcus cornered me in the hallway, reeking of scotch, and slurred, "You know, Maria, you're kinda cute for a cleaner. Ever thought about a promotion?" Wink wink. I dodged his advance, my skin crawling, but noted the witnesses, none of whom intervened. That night, alone in my tiny room, I almost broke character. Tears stung my eyes as I recalled my rise from nothing. A scholarship kid from a rough neighborhood, clawing my way up through sheer grit. These entitled fools had no idea what real work was, but revenge fueled me. I hacked into the company server from my laptop, easy when you're the owner, and uncovered more. Emails showing Victoria sabotaging a rival's promotion to steal credit, Marcus's affair with a subordinate that violated HR policies, Derek's offshore accounts siphoning funds. Jackpot. Back at the office, the abuse escalated as if they sensed vulnerability. One morning, after a late-night party in the break room, I arrived to a disaster. Trashed furniture, vomit on the floor, confetti everywhere. "Clean it up, Maria," Derek barked, nursing a hangover. "And don't complain. You're lucky to have this job." As I scrubbed on hands and knees, Victoria hovered, critiquing. "Missed a spot. God, are you blind? Do it again." Marcus joined in, tossing a crumpled napkin at me. "Catch! Good girl." Laughter echoed. I smiled faintly, but my mind raced. Just wait. The board meeting loomed. I scheduled it anonymously through a proxy, announcing major changes from the new ownership. The execs buzzed with nerves, speculating about layoffs. "Probably some corporate raider," Victoria said in a huddle I overheard while mopping. "As long as they don't touch my bonus." Oh, they wouldn't touch it. They'd torch it. On the day, I arrived early, still in uniform, setting up the conference room. Coffee brewed, projectors ready, nameplates arranged. The board filed in, old-timers I'd quietly allied with during my acquisition. Then the execs, Victoria in her power suit, Marcus smirking, Derek fidgeting. They ignored me as usual, chatting until the meeting started. A video feed flickered on. My face, in CEO mode, hair down, makeup flawless. "Good morning, team," I said via remote, my voice steady. Confusion rippled. "Who is that?" Marcus muttered. Then I walked in from the side door, shedding the uniform jacket to reveal a tailored blazer beneath. Gasps. "My name is Sophia Reyes," I announced, stepping to the head of the table. "And as of last month, I own Vertex Dynamics. I've been your maid these past weeks, observing firsthand." The room erupted. Victoria's face drained of color. "This is a joke," she stammered. Marcus bolted upright. You can't be serious." Derek sputtered. "Impersonation? Fraud." I smiled coldly. "No fraud. Just due diligence." And what I found? Appalling. I clicked a remote, projecting emails, videos, financial discrepancies. Victoria's sabotage, Marcus's harassment, including that retreat incident, captured on my phone, Derek's theft. "You've bled this company dry while treating employees like dirt. Effective immediately, you're terminated. Security will escort you out." Protests flew. Victoria screamed about lawsuits. Marcus begged. It was a misunderstanding. Derek blubbered about family ties. But the board nodded approval. They'd seen the evidence I'd shared privately. Guards arrived, hauling them away amid shouts. As Victoria passed me, she hissed, "You'll regret this, you sneaky bitch." I leaned in. The only regret is not doing it sooner. In the aftermath, Vertex transformed. I promoted deserving staff like Lena, audited finances, and fostered a respectful culture. Profits soared within months. Word spread on Reddit. Anonymous posts about the maid who became CEO, inspiring thousands. Me. I savor the revenge, a reminder that power isn't in titles, but in patience and proof. Those who underestimated me, they're flipping burgers now, while I build empires. Karma, as they say, cleans up nicely.